Boom. Hey, internets. Jon Phenom, clothing brand mentor. So I was at odds with how I wanted to title this video. Initially, my thought was doing a video like you graduated from art school or fashion school. What do I do now? And so for anyone watching that is, at the time that I'm posting this, is about to graduate or right in the season of, or maybe your graduation was like a week or so ago, I wanted to speak because it's that time of year where you throw your cap up in the air and you're all done with school. So congratulations if you're that person. There's value in this video. But what I wanted to, the main focus of my advice in this video is backdated before that, okay? So I named it that the title that it is because I want to catch people before they get into their senior year of school. Now, just to qualify, if you've never watched my videos before, I have, as this is recording, I have over 18 years of professional experience in design. So everything from a designer, just an apparel designer, product designer, all the way down through to art director, and then last three jobs, creative director, and then brand director. So in terms of graphic design, if you're a graphic design student, definitely been in charge of an art department, done hiring and firing of both paid salary design position and internship program where I got maybe I was managing up to 8 interns at that point. Also, to back up from that, some of my subscribers know that I teach in a high school. I also teach adult school in career readiness. So a little bit of information from my guys that might or might not know that. So I teach nights. I teach adult school at night, one night a week, and so I'm completely immersed in education besides being the clothing brand mentor online here on the YouTube platform. So just a little backstory. So in terms of all my people who are in art schools, I used to, before my schedule got this busy, speak in a ton of schools specifically for art. So graphic design and then fashion design. Also anything fashion school, I've spoken at anything from Phenom, AI, and then tons of UCs, tons of clubs and programs. So I deal a lot with the college group. So what I want to say is, before you get into your senior year and some of those later years in college, my number one piece of advice is get internships. Not one internship, but many internships. As a person that created an internship program a few companies ago, it was highly beneficial for us, but I had to put my time in to really, inspect what I expect out of the program. So I can't, as a business owner, just say, hey, I want free work, and then expect people to perform at a certain level, right? You have to create a system, you have to create expectations, you have to basically create a program in which you can take a college student, and then some of my interns were not students, they just wanted more experience. So a non-experienced designer and see what they get from a benefit. So anyways, just a tidbit on the side of taking in interns, and the reason I bring it up to you guys on this video is you're gonna have some bad internships. So there's people that I know that took on interns. For example, at the same company where I worked at that time, the marketing director, horribly unorganized, saw that I had several interns and was like, I'm trying to get myself an intern, how did you do it? So I was like, well, you know, you got to get a program together and then you have to interview, just like a job interview, etc., etc. And I already knew that any kid that was going to intern for him was probably going to have a bad experience, and he was going to have a bad experience because he was going to over-expect. So apply for a lot of internships. Some of them won't be good, but a lot of them will add up to a lot of experience. You'll get bird's eye view as to what it looks like to sit in the seat that you might want to sit in. So hopefully you can find a company or a individual that has a job that you would really like to have at some point in the future, maybe not at that job, but at some point in the future, and you can see what that experience looks like. Even for my people who are going to be entrepreneurs, I knew going into the fashion industry and the design world that I was going to have my own clothing company. That was my goal when I was 18 all the way till I did it in my late 20s. That was my goal. Okay, and so I knew that. However, I knew I wanted to work for a couple companies, so I worked in the industry for 7 years, you know, until I had the money set aside and everything. But what I want to impress upon you is, even if you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you're graduating from college, it's still worth it to see how the inner dealings of a business works that's doing that function now, because you can see the stress points, you can see the bottlenecks, you can see what a regular week looks like, and then from that you can make your own assertions on how you would create your program if that's the direction you're headed. But one word that I really want to underline out of all of this is experience. You're getting experience. So when you put that on your resume, you have something really solid to speak about and speak intelligently about, okay? And the case in point that I always bring is in hiring, which I've done before. If I have a person that has a master's degree and no experience, I have a person with a bachelor's degree and a person with an associate's degree and experience, I'm taking the person with the master's out, because they're going to ask for more money and they have no experience. Now I'm down to the two. I have someone with a bachelor's and someone with an associate's, but they have 6-7 years of experience, starting with the internship, and then maybe they're doing their own jobs. But I want to know that they worked in a workflow with another team. So the experience, whatever that is, even if it's non-paid or paid, I want to talk about what they've already done. If they start speaking intelligently to me about problem solving, working in a group, pulling an all-nighter, or some kind of sacrifice for the company, that's the kind of talk that I want to hear. It's going to be easy for me to double dutch them into the flow of my workflow with less training. Okay, this is assuming everybody knows their programs and everyone is a really good designer. Okay, and that's just the way it is. As a practical business owner and as a person who's done hiring for another company, that's the way I would look at that sort of situation. Also, studies show that if you have a strong internship experience, the line between that and getting paid to do it is not that important. And I can tell you from experience too, if you can show me what you did at that time and show me the work, how you thought through the process and how you worked with other people, to me it's the same as paid work. Okay, so for my guys who are graduating, if you don't have that on your resume, realize for the jobs you are competing with everybody else who doesn't have anything in the resume, but they graduated just like you. So I would create experiences. You can get an internship now. I've had interns that had nothing to do with school. So you could intern now if you have nothing going on. The other thing that I would say is just create experiences. So if you're that good, start freelancing, or you should have been freelancing while you're interning and creating that experience. Again, the main word that I'm selling here is experience. I want you to be able to talk intelligently about your experience working. Okay? Hope that helps. Any other questions, anything you guys want to talk about, drop it all down below. If you did graduate, you are graduating, congratulations. It's a big moment. Everybody else, and after that point, keep grinding on. Follow me when you guys have a chance at Jon Phenom. And then if you have questions that you want to do one-on-one, you can also hit me at hi@jonphenom.com. That will always get me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.